everyone, our team is Team Giga, and our app is called Lingolink VR. So if you've ever tried learning a language before, you'll know that learning how to speak a language is really hard, especially if you don't have a lot of people around you who are able to speak that language and practice with you. So most of the time, most of the practice that you get is in a classroom. But when you're also learning how to read and write, do conjugations and vocabulary, you're not spending a lot of time getting that speaking practice. And once you're out of the classroom, then what? Our app aims to solve that problem by allowing language learners to more easily find people who speak their target language to be able to practice speaking with them. The idea of the app is that the user is placed in a room with another user who is matched with them, who speaks their target language, and the users are able to have a one-on-one conversation and practice speaking their target languages. A lot of the apps for language learning in VR that are out right now are actually single player, and they're mostly like you're learning vocabulary words, or maybe you're speaking to like a bot, but not someone who's able to actually like talk back to you and give you feedback. So our app aims to do that. You're able to talk to someone directly who speaks, who's native in that language, and is able to help you learn like the nuances of the language and help you practice speaking that language as well.
We'll be implementing 6 main features, which include multi-user support, where the platform supports multiple users interacting simultaneously in a shared space, conversation prompts, where there will be on-screen prompts that will facilitate and guide conversations, making it easier for users to engage in meaningful exchanges. There is going to be transcription and translation, where users can see the transcription and translation of their partner's speech and get suggestions on how to respond. There will also be 3D virtual rooms where users can engage in conversations within 3D rendered rooms. These rooms can either be public or private. There will be interactive objects where the environment includes objects that users can interact with, enhancing the immersive experience. There's also going to be timed practice and roleplay, where we'll be incorporating a timer feature so that users can alternate between languages. For instance, 10 minutes in English followed by 10 minutes in Spanish, as well as timed roleplay and role switching to diversify learning experiences.
And once we get this groundwork set up, there are a bunch of additional features that we want to implement later down the line. The benefit of this type of application is the many directions you can go to. So some features like a dictionary, feedback systems, games and note-taking, that can be implemented to solidify the experience down the road, and features like a point and reward system, time limits, daily streaks, goal setting, all that. That will also support the further gamification of the application.
So currently we have 105 planned points. This is how we plan to get those. We have hand interactions for 20 points. So we have a Pokeball UI and some other objects that will help serve as conversation starters. We have multi-user for 50 points. We plan it in a VR space, not in a mixed space currently, especially because people speaking different languages tend to be geographically different. We have web API integration, that is for both Whisper API and then cloud storage, so translation, transcription, as well as saving user information, and then finally controller support, which we plan to do more or less the same thing as our hand interactions. For our specifications, currently our technologies are the Meta SDK, Normal Core, the OpenAI Unity package with the MIT license. For tools, we have GitHub, Trello, Unity, and Discord. And then for our current API, it's just the OpenAI Whisper API.
So for our team's roles and responsibilities, so Daniel and Roman have been working on setting up the OpenAI Whisper, and once we get that set up, we'll probably go on to helping with multi-user. Aleem was also working on setting up the multi-user with Normcore. Hillary is helping with the designs, and in the future we'll be working on designing the rooms. John is working on the UI graphics and visual design. Ariana is also working on the design and will be in the future working on the goal setting feature. Patricia is also working on the designs and will be working on hand integration and with the interactable objects. And then Drew will be working on the point system and additional features. And I'm Vanessa, I'm the team lead. I was working on project setup and helping out with whatever other area needed help.
Alright, so here's on the left side is what we have so far. We have our title, we have setting a language so that you could join like a general public room, or you could create a room with a private key that you could give to someone else that you maybe want to just talk with or practice with. On the right hand side is one from a existing game that we're gonna future reference.
So as with every application, you have to sign up for it. So this is our mock-up for the sign-in screens. These would appear in front of you in the app when you sign up. We're going to use a virtual keyboard to allow for that to be used. And then once you're doing that, you also get to specify the language that you're learning and the language that you're fluent in, as well as privacy settings and notifications.
These are more like UI-based menus for our additional features. So this first one is like the interaction you would have to set your goals. So you can have practice for 20 minutes or 30 minutes, and then on your main menu, once you sign up, it'll have like the goals, the daily streak of how many days you practice in a row, and then also display like your current goal and progress towards that. And the last menu on the right is the UI for our like translation menu that you can use within the virtual rooms.
So this is like the combination of all our UI ideas so far. So if you look at the the bottommost frames, that's most of our like search options, like what specifically you want to do and what you want to get out of it, to customize every user's experience for themselves, as well as some early stages for our additional features that were previously mentioned.
Timeline. Okay, so timeline for this, today we are presenting the demo, as well as next week that will be the translation and the furnished rooms on the UI side from the UI team. There will be interactable objects and the timer set up by March 21st. March 28th would be the conversation prompts and the dictionary features would be set up. The April 4th would be our main menu and other menus that will be up and running. April 11th and April 18th we'll be working on the point system and database, also like fixing on refining the entire application by that time. April 18th and the final demo by April 25th, we should be ready.
So now the best part, this is going to be for free for certain users. Of course, there will be ads that will be showing up. They'll be showing up in your specified language. Now we are looking to offer a subscription model as well to have users interact with certain language coaches and moderators. That would be something we plan on doing, describing some more out later, the whole subscription model. Yeah.
I wanted to add on to that. So for the subscription model, we also wanted people who subscribe to be able to talk to other people who are subscribed. We'll call them verified users for now. And these users are more like, I guess, they are more serious about the learning. You know, they're users that I guess would be more helpful to your learning. So people who probably use the app a lot. And right now we have it so that you're only learning one language, but we can also have it where if you subscribe, you can learn more than one language.